The hedge over ordinariness in this life is God's favor. Every other thing in this life is ordinary until God's favor comes upon somebody. And God's favor coming upon somebody is not a product of how eloquent they can speak. It's not a function of how handsome they are. It's not a function of where they come from or what they do. It's a function of how they are to God. Everybody is saved by God who is in Christ Jesus. The grace of God is over everybody. But according to Hebrews chapter 1 verse 9, the Bible says, because you have loved righteousness and hated iniquity, therefore the Lord thy God has anointed you with the oil of gladness above thy fellow. What makes you to be over and above others is God's favor. It's not about how you sing. It is about how God makes it to travel. It is not about how you preach. It is about how God makes it to be acceptable. The word favor from Hebrew word is razon, which means to be accepted, to have preference, to be loved, to be desired. So that means it gives you something over and above every other person. And that's the reason why, Solomon was talking in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 9 that the battle is not to the strong, nor the race to the swift. You see? And he said time and chance happens to them all. That means it is God who decides, there is nobody who occupies a position of prestige that is not as a result of God giving it. Now, I've told you I'm only talking from the perspective of a Christian to Christians. People in the other worlds, people in the other realms, they know what they do to get what they want. But in Christ Jesus, I am telling you, what makes somebody to have edge over other people? What makes one church to stand out above other churches? What makes a particular songstress, a particular choir, a particular preacher to be well loved, to be well accepted, and somebody else is just God's favor?